All right, I have no idea if this is working. I'm having my issues with learning OBS. I'm way behind in that area. Um, so we're going to see if this is actually working or not. Don't know if it is or it isn't, but we'll find out. Let's see. Oh, it is working. Okay, it's there. Okay. Unfortunately, I didn't change the thumbnail, so you got a big close-up picture of Tabby's eyes in the thing. Hello there, Ben. Good to see you. Good. I'm glad you can see the wheel because that's what's important. you know. Uh, and what's more important, of course, is that Strat-O-Matic got me the extra player, so I'm able to do this. So, Happy New Year to you, Larry Harris. Is the volume okay? Because like I said, I don't. OBS and me are not friends, so I'm trying this, but it's probably probably a little iffy on the volume because I've got my headset plugged in, but I don't know if it's taking it or if it's getting the volume or the sound from outside sources or what it's doing. But and yes, I have my coffee here, so sounds good. Okay, thank you, appreciate that, man. All right. So, as you can see, I've got the 30 teams on the wheel, and when I went over to this side here, I just started with and I'll push this up a little higher. I just started with the National League East, went to National League Central, National League West, then American League East, American League Central, and American League West. All 30 teams are there. It's a little loud. Do I have it too loud? I'll try to be quieter. I mean, usually my volume is so low you can't hear it, but hopefully it's not too bad, Michael. I don't know. Um, let's get this thing off of here. Okay, and I'll pick a better thumbnail when I'm done, obviously, than having Tabby's eyes staring at you like that. Happy New Year to you, Ernest. So what I've got is all 30 teams on here, and this is going to be completely random. I'm going to spin the wheel 20 times, and each time we get a team, that team is eliminated from the process. The last 10 standing are going to be the 10 teams remaining. And I was thinking about DH, non-DH, all that kind of stuff. And good morning, Brad. Happy New Year to you. Oh, I'm using Action PC on this one, Brad, because I don't have the 2020 set, or I don't have the 2020 season on a Strat computer. I do have it on Action PC. So I will be using. I will set up once I get the 10 teams all set up. I will set up create a new league in Action PC and get this all done. All right. So as I was saying, the 10 teams that are left standing will be the 10 teams that are in the league. And as far as DH goes, I really, really, really want the pitchers to hit, but I'm thinking maybe to be fair. When American League teams play, I might try to do it as they do it in real baseball, which is when two American League, well, before the Universal DH, when two American League teams play, obviously you have the DH. When it's an interleague game, the home team would dictate. National League is home, the American League pitcher bats. American League team's home, the National League team will use a DH. So I'm kind of leaning toward that in the setup here. My goal is that the randomness of this will naturally select, hopefully, 5 American, 5 National. Could be 6-4, could be 7-3, who knows. I would like to have one team from every division. So what I'm thinking about doing is when one division gets down to one team, is eliminating that team from being chosen. So or from being eliminated, I should say. So let's say, for instance, I go through the whole National League Central, and the only team left standing is Pittsburgh. Well, I'd want to keep them because I want a representative from the National League Central. So I think that's my only caveat as far as not being truly 110% random, but everything else is going to be random. The 2020 season, I know nothing about the 2020 season as far I didn't follow it. I don't even know what the team's records were. I know Tampa Bay and LA played in the World Series, but other than that, I couldn't tell you anything. I don't know who's good, who's not. So I don't, if I pick a team, who knows? And if we don't get any Yankees, don't get any Mets, don't get any Dodgers, don't get any Cubs, that's what it's all about. We're picking random. If we get 10 crappy teams, we get 10 crappy teams. I mean, what can I tell you? I could have done that, Ben. I guess I could have done it that way. Maybe I should have done it that way. But I didn't. And I'm not sure how to fix it now without screwing something up. I don't know if I can reset this for the National American. Well, hopefully it'll come out that way. I don't necessarily have to have it 5 and 5. I just want one from every division, at least one team from every division. But hopefully it'll come out 6 and 4, 5 and 5, something like that. All right, and again, I hope you all had a great New Year's. I actually made it to about 1:45, and then I conked out at that point. I was trying to watch Beatles Eternally stream, and I made it right about the 1:45, and then I faded out. So I couldn't hang. And I'm feeling it this morning a little bit. But I had breakfast already, and this is my 3rd cup of coffee, so hopefully we are getting there. Let's see here, Ben, what are you saying? Oh, you're saying once like an American, if we get 5 American League teams, then we eliminate the rest of them automatically. Is that what you're saying? I want to have at least a little bit of randomness where it can be a 6 and a 4. Now, if it gets to be 10 American League teams, then obviously we got a problem. But I'm thinking the odds, mathematics and the odds would take care of that. So we'll see. We'll give it a go. I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot. I think the way you use this wheel is I take my little cursor here. I don't think it shows. I don't think I set the settings so where you can see the cursor, but I've got it sitting right on top of the. Let me see if you can see this or not. I don't know if you can or not. I don't think I have my cursor on, and I don't know how to change that in OBS. So, trust me, there's a little finger there right on top of that little triangle where the wheel is going. I think you can see it. Yeah, you can see it. Okay, you can see it. There it is, right there. So I think what you do there is you press that, and that spins the wheel, and you just let it stop. And wherever it stops, it recognizes that space and takes that particular choice out of the equation. I think that's how it works. Like I said, I'm new to this, so it's small, but I can see it. Okay, well that's good. At least you know I'm telling you the truth that it is there. All right. It says I can click it to spin it or press Control Enter. That seems like an awful lot of work to hit Control Enter when I can just click the mouse. But all right, so we're gonna go ahead and get this game going. Not game. I'm so used to playing a game. I will play a game tomorrow. I got out of what I was going to be doing tomorrow, so my tomorrow is freed up. So I will be playing Minnesota and Toronto, 1987. I will be doing that. And after these 10 teams are selected, I will do a separate video showing the 25-man roster, the schedule, and all that stuff in Action PC. So hopefully it'll all work out. Like I said, me and technology don't get along too well, but we're going to give it a go. All right, so we're going to start the spin right now, and this will be the first team that is eliminated. Where it stops, nobody knows. The first team eliminated is the Washington Nationals. So the Washington Nationals are gone, and we're down to 29 teams. And you can see on the list they are gone, and on the wheel they are gone. So Washington has been eliminated. We'll start the next spin. We got to do this 19 more times to get down to the final 10. Who's going to be the next to go? It's going to be the Baltimore Orioles. Boy, my two local teams are the first two to go. Isn't that something? The first two teams. Here I am in Virginia, and my two local teams get eliminated. But I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I could care less. I have no dog in the fight. I just want to play the games. I could care less who is in there and who's not. So we're just letting the randomness and having fun. So here we go. The next team to go is going to be the Colorado Rockies. Don't know how bad or good they were in the 2020 season, but they are gone. Next to leave is going to be the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Pirates have been eliminated. No Pirates. We continue. And we get the St. Louis Cardinals. They are gone. Oops. Why didn't it remove them? I clicked the button by accident. It didn't remove them. So let me remove them manually because it should have been removed there. I clicked the wrong button. So let's get them. Whoa, what am I doing here? Now I'm losing all the kind of stuff here. I can put Arizona back in. But we're having some issues here, aren't we? Why won't it let me take out St. Louis? There we go. Okay. Okay, now we're set because it didn't let me do that. Happy New Year, Robert. Good to see you. I believe Washington, Baltimore, Pittsburgh. Somebody help me out. St. Louis. I think those are the 4 teams that are gone, unless I'm forgetting somebody. I'm thinking it's Baltimore, Washington, St. Louis, and Pittsburgh have been eliminated to this point. As we get down to our final 10. Fighting a cold again. I hope you get your voice better for your upcoming season. And congratulations on your Canes, by the way. I think Ohio State was vastly overrated anyway. I think they got by on reputation. They really, the only good team I think they played all year was probably Indiana, and they lost. So. Anyway, not that I don't know much about college football because I don't follow it that much since it went pro. Since everything went pro and they pay everybody, I kind of lost interest a little bit. Okay, back to the spinning. I need that song by the, what's that group? Who sang that song, Spinning Wheel? There was a song called Spinning Wheel, and I can't think of the, they also did a song called You Make Me So Very Happy, and I got it on the tip of my tongue, but I can't think of it. But that's what I need playing in the background. So the next one to be eliminated will be the Tampa Bay Rays. So sorry about that ID gesture. Your Tampa Bay Rays have been eliminated from contention. Next to be eliminated will be the Houston Astros. No trash cans around here. They're gone. Astros are gone. Blood, sweat, and tears. Thank you very much. So the Astros are gone. How about that? Next to leave, the San Francisco Giants. Giants have left the building. Next to go, there will be no Cleveland Indians / Guardians. They are gone. Don't have to worry about that situation. Next to leave will be the Cincinnati Reds. So we will not be able to say in this Demolition League that this one belongs to the Reds. Robert, it's the same as I usually do. It is 10 teams in the league with a 54-game schedule. That's what the typical Demolition League is. Playing the games manually and inputting them in Action PC with the manual entry. All right, here is the next team to go. And I got to keep an eye on my divisions because I want to keep at least one team from every division. Oh, sorry, Robert. The Miami Marlins have just bit the dust. The Marlins are removed. So they are out of there. Let's see who the next team to go is. It looks like it's going to be the Chicago Cubs unless it goes to Milwaukee. Ew, it's around the border and the Cubs are gone. No Chicago Cubs. Cubs are eliminated. Next to leave will be the Brew Crew of Milwaukee. Make sure that they We still have an American. Are they the last American? You know what? They are the last American League team, Central team, so they're going to stay. Actually, the Brewers are staying because I'm going to keep one team from every division. So the Brewers are actually going to stay. So that's going to be like a mulligan right there. They're actually going to stay. The Brewers will be in the league because they're the last AL Central team remaining. Next team to leave, is it the Yankees? No, it's Toronto, north of the border. There won't be any games in Buffalo as Toronto is gone. So it's either going to be the Boston Red Sox or the New York Yankees from the East. One of those two will be from the East because I'm keeping one team from every division. So one of those teams will make it, one won't. Next to be eliminated, well, it's going to be the New York Yankees that are going to make it because the Red Sox have been eliminated. So we will have the Yankees and the Brewers. Those are two of the 10 teams that will be in this Demolition League. Good morning, Jeffrey. Hope you're having a nice new year so far. All right, so the Yankees and the Brew Crew. We got an AL East and an NL Central representative, and they will be the representatives from those divisions. So that means the other divisions will have at least, well, there could be a 3 and a 1. So we'll see how it plays out. But let's see who's going to be the next one to go. It's going to be the Chicago White Sox. So we won't have any Chicago teams. No Chicago. They will not be around. No Chicago. Who else is going to leave us? Is it Atlanta? The Atlanta Braves are gone, so that means it's either going to be the Mets or the Phillies. One of those two teams will be representing the National League East, or they both might make it. They might both make it. You never know. It depends on how it plays out. Who else is going to leave us? Got a whole lot of AL West teams. 4 of the AL West teams are still there. Well, one of them's going to leave right now, Seattle. Seattle has been eliminated. Still leaves 3 AL West teams, so they are the predominantly, and 3 AL Central teams are remaining too. So we'll see what happens going forward. Well, one of the AL Centrals is going to go, and it's the Detroit Tigers. So the Tigers go bye-bye. So that means it will be either Kansas City or Minnesota. One of those two teams will make it. As we whittle it down. Oh no, Robert. The New York Mets have been eliminated. New York Mets are gone. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 11 teams left on the wheel, so one team's going to go, and the rest. We could end up with 3 American League West teams. That would be a shame to have that such overload, but hey, that's the way the randomness goes, right? We got 3 teams from the NL West and 3 teams from the AL West, 2 from the Central, but only 1 from the Central and the National League, 1 from the NL East, and 1 from the AL East. So we're down to a final result here. I'm kind of hoping one of the teams with the 3 divisions, either the AL West or the NL West, I'm hoping one of those 3 teams gets eliminated because I really don't like the overload there, but that's just what the randomness gave us. So we'll see what happens on this final turn. The final team to go is the San Diego Padres. So the National League West has been settled. It's going to be Arizona and the Dodgers that make it. So there are your 10 teams. The Philadelphia Phillies. Whoops. Philadelphia Phillies, Milwaukee Brewers, Arizona Diamondbacks, LA Dodgers, New York Yankees, Kansas City, Minnesota, Oakland, LA Angels, and Texas. So both Los Angeles teams make it. And that's the only multiple city teams that make it. So did we get 5? No, we eliminated. What did we? No, we eliminated a National League team, didn't we? Got 1, 2, 3. We got 4 National League and 6 American League. So the way I'm going to try to do it, and I'm hoping that Action PC will let me do this. My goal is when the 2 National League teams play, there is no DH. When 2 American League teams play, there is a DH. When it's interleague, the home team would dictate. The 4 National League teams will have pitchers hitting at home, and the 6 American League teams would have the DH in their games against the National League team when they're in the American League ballpark. That's what I'm going to go for. So I will use this as my, in fact, I need to do that with my phone real quick. I'm going to take a picture of this screen, if I can real quick, while it's there. Take a picture of the screen, hopefully, if I can get this to show up right and do right. All right, let's see if that turned out okay. Yeah, it looks like it turned. So I'm going to use that as my screenshot or my thumbnail, whatever you want to call that stuff. So anyway, there you go. Like I said, I know nothing about these teams. I don't know. I really don't know. I haven't done any research on this league at all, on the real 2020 league. I don't know who's good, who's bad. Again, the cards are not the actual cards. There are the imagined sets, so the stats on there are not real. They're kind of, extrapolated out based on what Strat thought they might do. So, we'll just see how it goes. Don't really like the fact there are 3 AL West teams in there. That kind of bothers me. But I said it was going to be random. Last time I picked my own teams, and this time I decided to make it totally random and let the chips fall where they may. My only rule was each division had to be represented by at least one team. So we got 1 National League East, 1 National League Central, 1 American League East. Every other division has at least 2, with the one division having 3. And the one that has a 3 is probably the least popular division. But oh well, that's just the way it works out. I'm on the East Coast, but look at this. What do we got? 4 teams in California, or 3 teams in California and 1 in Arizona. So that's way out of the time zone there. But that's just how it goes. So my next step in the process will be, they will use pitch hitting card number 1, no question. I think that's on their card itself. So I will use that. I'll go with whatever's on their card. I imagine it's got to be pitching card number 1. But so I imagine number 1, unless the player, maybe he's in the American League, but he was a former National League pitcher and had a good batting average when he was in the National League, and so by reputation he's a better hitter. They may give him a different pitcher hitting card, but otherwise I'll just use hitting card number 1. The only thing I got to look on these teams is some of these teams, it's the same thing that Tenacious Earl ran into in his second Tenacious League when he used universal pitchers hitting, and he had A-Rod for the Yankees who did not have a position. So there might be some guys on this, like I think Luke Voigt on the Yankees. I think he was just listed as a DH. So that means when they play a visiting game at the National League Park, he can only be used as a pinch hitter. So we'll see how that goes. Hello, Midlife. Happy New Year to you if I missed you. Sorry about that. But anyway, that's what we've got. Like I said, I will do a separate video probably, I'm thinking tomorrow. Tomorrow morning I'll do the regular 1987 game between the Twins and the Rangers. But then tomorrow afternoon, I think I'll do a separate, probably, it may not be live, it might just be a recording, I don't know. But maybe I'm mastering OBS, I doubt it, but it's my battery's running low. And I've got my cord here, but I'm not going to go too much longer on this because it's pointless to sit here and ramble. But that's what is planned for tomorrow. So maybe around, if Uncle Ron's doing something at noon, then I'll wait till later in the afternoon. If noon is open, I may use the noon time to either live stream or record the Action PC screen showing the league that has been set up with the 25-man rosters and the schedule that has been done. And I'll get all the teams with their 25-man rosters in place. Try to get their pitching rotations. I'm going to try to go with a 4-man rotation. I don't want to do a 5-man rotation. I'm going with a 4-man rotation. I know in 2020 they had expanded rosters, but I'm going to try to stick to 25 as best I can. 13 position players and 12 pitchers. or maybe 14 and 11 because there's only 4 starters and you got 7 guys in the bullpen. So I'm thinking maybe 14 and 11 to give the bench players, some more bench players if you have to pinch hit and so forth. So I'm thinking about doing that. I'll figure it out as I go, but that's kind of the plan. But anyway, those are the teams. So, like I said, it's 2020 Imagine set. I know nothing about these teams. All I'm going to do right now, I've already put the extra players that I got yesterday, and I've already put them with their teams, and I've already set up the teams. Each team I went through because I didn't know who was going to be selected, so I went through all 30 teams and put the players on their opening day rosters. So traded players are on the team they were with first. So if any of these teams here have guys that got traded to other teams, or if they acquired people from other teams, I will play them on their first team. If any team